Hi guys, in this video we're going to be talking about some quotes made by Gary Holt, the guitarist of Exodus and also the ex-guitarist of Slayer, about how him and his fellow bandmates in Exodus can have different political views but still remain friends. And before I continue, I'm also going to leave some links in the description for you to check out tracks by Slayer. So let's resume. Exodus guitarist Gary Holt recently spoke to Canada's Metal Voice about the lyrical inspiration for the song The Fires of Division, which will appear on Exodus's new album Persona Non Grata. So he went on to say, it's just about the sad state of affairs in the world today, the divisive nature of everything. It's just me showing my age. I'm old enough to remember when people could just have political differences and still get along. I guess I'm old just right. My own band is compromised for varying different political ideologies and we're best friends. The world has forgotten how to do that. We're so divided and the powers that be just want us divided, and that's on both sides. That's not just a hard right thing or a hard left thing. They're doing everything they can just to pit everybody against each other. I think, in quote, the media and the politicians have a hand in it. The media, all of them, the politicians as well, because the game they're playing now is that they don't think they can have to earn votes to get elected. Just keep the ones you've got and be as bad as you want. And the right will just portray the left as a bunch of snowflake liberals, and the left will just portray the right as a bunch of inbred dummies. But we're all Americans here, and the sooner we remember that, the sooner we can start to heal. But I wrote that song while staring down the Capitol riots and stuff. In addition to what he also said, I look at it like this. I'm the same with religion. Everybody pretty much knows that I'm an atheist and I'm not a believer. But if I just wrote off all of those that were religious, I wouldn't have a family. Most of my family believes in Jesus Christ. And I'm not going to part ways with them just because they share different religious views. And I won't do it over political differences either. Some of my best friends are completely different than me, and that's okay. It's not a big thing, and I don't think of them as lesser people just because we don't agree on something. A lot of the time, if you take time to discuss stuff like that, like humans, you'll find that you actually can find a middle ground on a lot of things. Also, back in 2020 in April, to be precise, Gary Holt also spoke in more detail about different political opinions with the Exodus camp in the podcast with Rob Flynn called No Effing Regrets, which I'm going to leave a link in the description below because I honestly believe you should check out that podcast as well. Gary Holt said in the podcast, everybody knows I'm a liberal on a lot of stuff, but I'm also super conservative on other things too, and those are just my own opinions, and I leave them off my social media because it could start a huge fight. People are like, liberal snowflake Exodus, and I'm like, bro, 3/5 of Exodus are like Trump-loving Republicans. The majority of the band, Leotus, Jack Gibson, Zetro, it's full on. 3 years ago, Caesar said that he supported the ex-president, explaining in the interview that the economy in the United States, the unemployment is the lowest it's ever been in the history of the United States. I think the former president can make an attempt to go meet the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, and I think that is great. That's what you need to do. People need to touch each other and not do it through channels. Had discussions about the political situation with his bandmates. He went on to say that, I know people, including my own band members in Exodus, who might not agree with them, but I'd love to see some uptight, metal hating, I know everything about politics dude go up against Jack Gibson, so would I. He said, it might come to a draw, it's a debate. Like, if you disagree with him, you're not going to win because he knows his facts. And we're not all idiots here, we actually do not know what's going on in the world with us. Somebody get this man a drink. He is such an example to not just the male community but just society in general. Why can't we have more people like this? More people that just, acknowledge differences but also put the differences aside and just, you're this, you're that, but we can still communicate. We can still have a fully functioning society here despite the differences. And also, life would be pretty boring if everybody was just the same. Being different is what life is all about. Being different is what makes life worthwhile. And I know it's not easy to overcome some of these divisions. That will only come through time and through us actually being grown-ups and actually talking things out instead of just constantly shouting and screaming over each other. Constantly shouting and screaming over each other, we just get nowhere. I didn't want this to be like a political video. I didn't want that to be, and neither is this a political channel, so don't get carried away. But that's what I think about it. I think we just need to go back to having those difficult discussions about jumping down each other's throat and just jumping to conclusions anyhow. But let me know what you think about this in the descriptions down below, and on that note, please be respectful in your comments. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.